Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Prokon Know-How with your host, Jacobus Oberholster. I'm an AEC technical consultant for Micrographics, and I'll be taking you through the short clip today dealing with modeling haunches in Prokon's SUMO model. All right, so without further ado, let's have a look. Here's just one of the portals of a warehouse. And what we want to do is before we start copying this portal, we want to define our haunches. So what we're going to do is we're just going to switch to the analytical model view just because that makes things a heck of a lot easier. And it is super important that when you first start off doing this, that you do it on the YX plane or YZ plane or axes rather. Yeah, so the YX plane, which being the Y and X axis. The reason for that is that you just want to make it as simple as possible for you to draw in lines. And if this portal is offset from any of these planes, it will always, the lines when you draw them in will always want to snap back to that specific plane. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to first start off with inserting a construction line, making sure it's horizontal, and then moving it to the apex. And you'll see why that needs to be there shortly. I'm going to switch to the front view to make sure that this is nice and flat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in a line, horizontal line from point to point. And then I'm going to snap to that point, snap to that line. I'm going to press tab and then change that to 1 meter, which is the length of my haunch. And I'm going to click on that line again. So I'm going to delete this line, and there's our 1 meter line. What I want to do then is I want to create a vertical line there that snaps to that rafter. So one of the ways to do it is just to draw in a construction line, move that construction line to that point over there, and then draw in a line with the intersection snapping on, and snap there, and then delete your construction line. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to mirror this. So I'm going to click mirror, also mirror plane, so it's nice in the center there, and ask for plane normal direction, and that's where that horizontal line comes in nicely. So I use that to snap to with my nearest snapping on. Click on that line, copy, yes, and enter. And there are my two haunch outlines, basically. Next up is to define a haunch. So I'm going to go to sections, and I want to replicate the same profile as for my rafters. So I go in here to 254 by 102 by 22. I'm going to name it haunch. And then when I go over to the right hand side, you'll see there's a haunch, and this is the haunch depth. And I'll change this to 0.5 for now. Okay, so what I want to do then is take my rafter, take that grip and snap to that point there. Do the same on that side. And now I need to put in my haunch. So I'm going to go to beams. So section start, because I'm going from left to right or from the top of the column to the rafter, is going to be haunch. And then section end is going to be the rafter. I'm going to click there and click there. And because it's section start for the haunch, I have to click there and click there. Then if I go to my volumetric model view, you'll see there are your haunches. So graphically it looks awful, absolutely awful, but that is the correct way of adding haunches to your model. Right, so quick and simple, you can do the same. You can have a similar effect with an apex as well. Very similar or pretty much the same workflow. And then you will add a bit of stiffness around these areas here as well. And it will of course change the effective length of your rafter as well. So yeah, I hope that helps. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you like this short clip and you want to see some other content as well, please throw some info down in the comment sections below, and I'll be sure to have a look at it. Other than that, if you like this, please like and subscribe to our channel as well. I post stuff, I post these Prokon know-how clips once a month. So yeah, hit subscribe, hit that bell button so that you don't miss out on any new content as well. Thank you very much and hope to see you in future clips.